return to mm, get out
Mother
of
never
studio
answers
mode.
our
Let me get
questions.
out of studio mode. So sorry, folks. We've had some technical difficulties, but we are back. Welcome back to Dying of Exposure, Dying of Exsanguination, the Curse of Strahd. My name is Steve. I am your game mommy, and I am joined by a different configuration of my my Strio trio. Say hello, Strio trio.
Hello,
Hello,
Studio
Studio
Trio.
Trio.
We may have Betty Buzzsaw's player be able to connect. We are having some challenges, but until then, we shall jump back in with a little bit of a recap. So, last session was a fun little kind of like stealth, basically like sight cone avoidance situation where our Scratch had to avoid being caught by Mother Lucia, while Mwezi-Mwezi and Belladonna hung out toward the top, and Belladonna kind of caught the groundskeeper off guard with a little bit of a insect swarm to make it look like she was being attacked by bees, just to see what the groundskeeper would do, and the groundskeeper just ran away, being noticed. And then eventually they came to join Scratch, and then it became quite the game of cat and dog and witch and mouse. Trying to figure out where Esther was, trying to figure out what was going on there. Scratch almost got pulled into a pool by a liquid tendril and then found a kitchen. They were able to find some placards, some puzzle placards that had riddles on them behind the two statues that reached out to grab at Scratch at the end of one hallway. They could hear Arena on the other side, and but she couldn't easily get to them. And Belladonna was able to kind of quickly find the doorway where Esther was resting and being looked after, as well as others. And was able to read to them and use a book reading as a distraction, but eventually that led to all of the people getting caught. And through lying and the fact that Lucia had only briefly met Scratch the one time the day prior, I want to say. Mwezi-Mwezi was in full animal form. Lucia just sort of shooed them out and told them that they could come back and contact. Things learned were that it looked like Esther and the others that were down in the basement amongst several beds were being looked after, roughly. Nothing insidious seemed to jump out in reading notes. And the other factoid is they know that Arena is locked, trapped, and not very happy, though they have not been able to speak with Arena. Though Scratch, at the end of last session, decided to go around toward the back of the church to see if Scratch could send Arena a message. And this is where we left off, or at least where we left off with the trio. Quick question. Betty Buzzsaw, are you able to hear us?
Yes.
And we can hear you. Everything is working. Everything is working again. Amazing.
Yay.
Phenomenal.
Sorry for my perpetual audio issues.
We will.
Feels like I figure out a for sure way that it works each week, and then it doesn't work that way the next time.
It's 100% okay. And now we're going to start. Where are you? But we're not going to start with Scratch, and we're not going to start with Belladonna or Mwezi-Mwezi. We're going to start with Esther. That is the wrong song.
Oh,
There
good.
Esther, you are unconscious, lying in a bed in the basement of St. Andrew's Church, along with a handful of other unconscious people. You are deep, deep in sleep. You find yourself first waking up or becoming conscious in a sort of dark, dim bedroom. It's not dawn yet. It's not even pre-dawn, so it's still very black in here. But the embered coals at the warm fireside, or at the warm hearth fire in the room, that you know last until the morning's chill, which is usually what wakes you up, gets there, provide just enough light for us to see a 4-poster bed with a canopy over it, draped in beautiful handcrafted like chiffon and drapery. 75 pillows line this massive double king-size bed. It's a solid like 8 feet by 8 feet of bed that you rest upon at night. And we get back to a point where you are beginning to rise. This is a room in the church that you had began the campaign waking up in. This is the assistant head priest's room, the head cleric's room. It's not the head of this particular cathedral. You are not the managing acolyte here, but you are second or so in command, which gives you a lot more freedom to do things. Can we describe what Esther's morning routine would be in her day-to-day when she wakes up? Before all of this.
100%. She definitely wakes up, has a nice little cup of tea, just like a morning breakfast tea, and she probably keeps like some like tiny little like sweet treats on the counter, like a little like morning like sweet muffin, like an apple muffin or something. Really decadent morning. It's just the big old fluffy robe. She's gonna take her time eating and drinking. And then she'll get up, she does her morning exercises. And then she spends way too long getting ready for the day. Just hours and hours.
It's quiet. It's so peaceful. And you have your couple hours in the morning. Give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Nineteen.
For some reason, you in your head, you have the instinct that you need to catch up on one of those audio dramas that you listen to. This thing that you had listened to for a little bit, and then you kind of stopped somewhere along the way. Maybe you just didn't get the newest release of it at a certain time. And so you go to a corner of your room, which has a Victrola on it, and go and remove a new plate in deliveries. You'd been meaning to catch up. You're months at this point behind of deliveries of audio plates to place on the newest in the series Low Armor Cast. And you put it on, but just listen to it in the background. Just something inspires you that like now would be a good time to listen to it. A gentle knock hits upon your door, Esther. Real soft, real quiet.
Yeah, I'll stand up, walk over to the door. Do I have like a little eye thingy in the door?
Not on an interior door, no.
Perfect. I will simply lean against the door and be like, who is it?
You hear the murmur of a familiar voice. Give me another wisdom save, please.
13.
13. Beautiful. The voice sounds, oh, it's probably like one of the undersecretaries with your morning notes and your schedule. It's getting to that kind of, you've now been at this for a couple of hours in your morning routine, so it's getting to that kind of pre-dawn dim blue. As the light like blew into gray as the light will eventually crest up. And so it's not too far off. It's a little early, but it's not too far off as you hear this. Do you open the door?
Absolutely.
Esther, can I have you please roll me a d6? 1 and 2 is Belladonna, 3 and 4 is Mwezi-Mwezi, 5 and 6 is Scratch.
1. Belladonna.
Belladonna, would you please describe for me first would you please describe for me a character that is not Belladonna, a person that Belladonna has never seen, but that is part of Esther's history. And I only have one requirement, and that character has to be small-sized. Muted on the software.
This is going to be tainted slightly because I watched the D&D Honor Among Thieves last night only. So
A great
halflings
movie. A phenomenal movie.
are a very specific code in my head right now. And that's love interest. Wink, nod.
Mm.
And please give me the prompt one more time.
A small-sized creature. This is someone that Belladonna, or someone that Esther knows, can be anything you want outside of that. Just a small-sized creature. Describe physically your little guy.
My little guy. Okay. Yes. Halfling. There's a halfling. He's so nice. He is so focused on pleasure for people, and not in a like, oh, wink wink nod nod pleasure way. He just is there to make sure everybody feels okay. That's
What's his name?
about where. Ring Bob.
Ring Bob?
Spring Bob.
Spring Bob. Spring Bob. Esther.
Yeah, his name is Spring Bob.
Spring
Esther's
Bob
little
is a
friend.
delight. He's been on a whimsy kick recently in his attire, so it's very like country fair formal. So white and red striped blazer. Oop. They'll come back. White and red striped blazer. Kind of linen pants. One of those like 1920s style rimmed hats like you'd see in a Rodgers and Hammerstein type musical. big red bow tie. Spring Bob is here, which means that Spring Bob is going to have anything you need to have a more delightful morning. But upon seeing Spring Bob, I would like you to give me another wisdom saving throw, please.
16.
16's pretty good, but it's not quite there. Belladonna, would you please, as Belladonna, speak to Esther as if you knew she was unconscious and in a dream and you were trying to communicate to her. I need to be clear. You are not Belladonna the person. You are Belladonna inside of Spring Bob as Esther would perceive Spring Bob, but also as Esther would remember Belladonna. So you can play Belladonna as you normally would. This is how Esther would perceive it. You can feel free to jazz it up if you want to play around with it a little bit, but speak as Belladonna to Esther. Software mute.
Hello? 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 You need to wake up. It is such a great rest you are having, and you deserve it, but you need to wake up. You need to take that and hold it. And you need to wake up. Please wake up.
Don't respond, Esther, because you did not pass the wisdom save. You see Spring Bob. Spring Bob came here and is like, so what are we doing this morning? We're doing a little breakfast. We need a little pick me up. We need a little calm me down. What do we need? How's your joints? Do you need a little bit of a back rub?
Yeah, you know what, as Spring Bob, first of all, let me just say I love the new outfit. You're adding so much sparkle in your day-to-day life. And you look fantastic. I would love just anything you've got. Just really spice up my day. I'm feeling very, very fun this morning. I have my show on. Give me something fun.
All right. Well, that's happening. Up from behind Spring Bob comes another person coming into view. Spring Bob didn't close the door immediately behind them, and it's just the beginning, and immediately starts working on that. Esther, give me a D4 roll. 1 and 2 is Mwezi-Mwezi. 3 and 4 is Scratch.
2.
Mwezi-Mwezi, I need you to describe a very unlikable person. Only requirement is that they are younger than 35. And when I say unlikable, I don't just mean unlikable to maybe Esther or unlikable to Mwezi-Mwezi. I mean like a person that pretty much everyone on this call would be like, I don't like this person. And the other requirement is that they could ostensibly work inside of a cathedral for a religion. I know it's hard to think of an unlikable person that is somehow some official attachment to an organized religion that takes people's wealth. But I think I'm gonna make you stretch for it.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
What is Esther's title as a cleric?
Esther's official title in this reality, Esther
as
is,
in what would people refer to her?
They would refer to Esther as sister.
Okay.
This person would refer to Esther as sister. They're close enough in rank.
Then I am going to imagine let me see. I'm trying. Yeah, I'm imagining a human woman who is shorter than Esther, but is the sister superior to Esther, and has a stick up her ass so far because, well, for one, she's in charge and you're not because she has such a future ahead of her in the church. Let's see. So to you, it's just Sister Superior. You can't use her name.
Mm.
You haven't earned that right yet. And let's think of a good name. Esther. Gladys. Sister Gladys.
Sister Gladys.
And
Beautiful.
you know, Gladys is an old name, but this is a young
Woman. A young Gladys is a threat. All right. Esther, you see Gladys approaching from behind Spring Bob. Gladys is not about that fun life, no matter how much Spring Bob tries to help Gladys relax like a little bit. There's a bit of time. Does Esther pretend that she can't see Gladys and close the door? Or does Esther just accept the fate that Gladys is going to come in and ruin her morning?
I just accept that fate entirely. I hate Gladys. But she will bang down my door.
Mwezi-Mwezi, you were speaking as if Mwezi-Mwezi was trying to get Esther to realize that this is a dream. Esther, again, based off your wisdom saving throw, we're not going to have you respond immediately yet. But Mwezi-Mwezi, so you're this Gladys character, but speak as if Mwezi-Mwezi was seeing Esther in a dream that they wanted Esther to wake up from.
Sister Esther, please, you must wake up. This is a dream.
Esther.
So keep it simple.
Keeping it simple. Very in tone with Mwezi-Mwezi. Esther, please give me a wisdom saving throw.
Ten.
Instead, you hear, there'll be time, sister, for Spring Bob's sort of fun later. Please leave, Spring Bob. It's not always time to relax. Some of us have real jobs to do. Why the order keeps you around. And you literally see Spring Bob try to hand you something, and Sister Superior Gladys just smacks it out of Spring Bob's hand and shoves him aggressively out the door. Like, not so, like, borderline, like, because Spring Bob's a halfling, and even though she's shorter, she's still a good solid foot plus taller than Spring Bob. Kind of in an abusive-y way. In an abusive-y way. Which is no wonder that you cannot possibly like this person. But now, I'm going to say that as this interchange happens, one more chance presents itself for Esther. Scratch. Give me a D6 roll or D20 roll, doesn't matter the die, and tell me if it is odds or evens.
Alrighty. Evens. That was a nat 20.
Beautiful. Perfect. We are going to cut from Esther's dream to the reality of Scratch in the back behind the church, over where he believes Arena, or she believes Arena is. She believes Arena is utilizing the sending message to Arena.
Yep.
Before we do that, Esther, give me one more wisdom saving throw.
16.
16, okay. Scratch.
Mhm.
What do you say when you reach out to Arena? And let's just call this like a essentially a potentially telepathic conversation. I'm not going to worry about like character limits or anything like that.
Okay. Basically, just hey, Arena, this is Scratch. Are you
Hello,
okay?
Scratch. Oh, I am deeply not okay, Scratch. Thank God. I am currently confined to this basement. I'm physically relatively fine, but I am not okay.
Um, okay, so are you injured? Are you fed? Like,
I am fed.
are
I
they
am not injured. I am perfectly hale and hearty. I just cannot leave this room. I do not have the ability to pass through the doorway they brought me in and the slot that they provide me food and change out my bucket is in the or through a wall that I also cannot manage to get through. That's only like foot and a half tall, just tall enough for bucket height, whatever that
Okay.
is.
Okay, it's good to hear that. Do you know why they're keeping you confined?
Yes, I know why they're keeping me confined. They are keeping me confined because they are concerned about the bones of Saint Andral that help bless this place. I get to look at these bones, and then they're worried that they're weakening in power, so they have me researching it, but I think they have other plans. I am not sure about that, but for now, I am supposed to read about the bones, think about the bones, look at the bones, see if I can figure out how to, I don't know, charge the bones so that this can be consecrated ground. But, yeah, so just me and old Saint Andral. Andy.
Okay. Yeah, I overheard something about bones. Two questions. Are the bones there with you? And why can't they let you research it not in that room?
I have asked this question repeatedly, and they continue to give me answers that feel like bad lies. So I do not think that they are telling me the truth. Um, uh, uh, I appreciated the first night when there was like no straw dream, but now I am in second night, or I am in second night, and I have had to have the bucket replaced multiple times, and it is not okay. Um, uh, 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 but yes, I can see that like the bones are right in front of me, right here. They're laid out on a platform on the kind of easternly side of it, of this room.
Okay. I'm gonna have to go in a second here, but one more question. Do you happen to know the passwords? Did you catch that? Like there's 3 words, 3 riddles, and like 3 answers.
No, I do not know the passwords, but I do know something about the passwords. Is that when the passwords get used, they change, but they do not change. They do not change by determination. They get changed by a person that looks at them. It's some sort of like divine magic where it senses who's looking at the room that has not had access to the room, and it presents them different like riddles that they might be able to answer to get access to the room. So when I came down here and they first brought me in, it was 3 riddles that I was able to answer in. And I thought, oh, how nice, because that's secure, because like someone could figure out the riddle that was for anyone, but few people could figure out the riddle for a specific person, and then it just represents the riddle there. So that's a great security mechanism if you have free access to move in and out of room, but terrible for those of us locked in here, which is me and I suppose Andy, though he doesn't seem to mind what with his just being bones.
I see. Thank you. We will be back for you. We'll get you out of there, but
Yep.
I need to go meet up with the others.
That appreciate that. Feel free to kill Mother Lucia. I do not know what she is up to, but she has locked me in here, so she deserves that. She deserves punishment. If punishment is death, so be it. Fuck around, find out.
Okay, we'll see about that. Stay safe. We'll be back.
Can't help it.
What did she say?
So
I'm assuming we
Yeah.
only heard Scratch's side of this conversation.
yeah. So Scratch, you rejoin or connect up. Maybe all three of you are just back there, but yeah.
Yeah. So So she's safe. She's fed. She's shitting in a bucket and very unhappy about it. But
I do not like to shit in bucket. I would also be very unhappy.
Yeah, same. I definitely get that. And they're having her do some research on Saint Andral's bones. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll definitely have to come back for her.
I am very scared for research that they do not want to do themselves. So they make her do research. It might be dangerous. I am very worried.
Yeah. So when do we want to get in there and break her out?
Like literally as soon as possible. I know I'm usually very cautious, but yeah, let's get her out literally as soon as possible.
I have another, and I think we should also, if we could, buddy, get Esther out, Sister Esther out, because I don't know if she is safe with Sister Mother Lucia.
No, I do not think so either. I think they are doing a very good job right now of taking care of her.
Okay.
But I'm worried about what they might do when they have her well.
Huh.
If that makes sense. They
It does.
doing very
It
good
does.
job to take care of her, but I do not trust that they are doing it for a good reason.
Yes. So what are we going to do next?
I am inclined to say let's wait till nightfall because we just left, and they're probably going to be a little touchy and on high alert right now. So maybe after Mother Lucia goes to sleep. I have no idea where she sleeps. I didn't see any sleeping areas in there, but who knows?
Do we maybe want to watch and track Mother Lucia? Because that might help.
Yeah, might. Maybe we just like set up a watch at different points around the church.
Yeah, until the time then we go in, and maybe we'll have a better understanding of what's inside.
Sounds good to me. So yeah, I guess we're gonna hide probably in different spots so that we can get decent coverage around the building.
Oh yeah, and I should probably say, just because like last it was presumably Mwezi-Mwezi's back in human form.
Yeah, and I've dropped my disguise.
Yeah.
Give me.
And I think
Oh, go on.
that Belladonna was slightly caught reading in the restroom. That's where she'll be again. She'll go back and just be reading in the restroom.
Okay.
Oh, you're gonna be inside?
Yeah, that I won't sneak out. I'll stay inside, and then if there's any what's going on, I'll be the reason we were inside.
Well,
right now we're outside of the church.
Yeah.
So we would have to go back inside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You all got escorted outside of the church last time. Because she was very dissatisfied that you were down in the basement.
Well, then, rescind.
Rescind that. So that's 100% fine. Let's go with stealth checks all around, and because you have time, and no one, because the groundskeeper ran off and everything, no one is around right now. Give me stealth checks with advantage.
23.
I got a nat 20.
Nice.
23, not 20. And we will.
Sorry, was D&D Beyond is loading very slowly.
Cut back. Well, we wait for that because we're gonna either way cut back to Esther after that result. Esther with a 16 wisdom save. The Victrola in the background gets louder as you begin to hear Scratch talking to someone. One of their teammates is captured, it appears. Give me just a moment and I will. One of their teammates is captured. The goblin, Merritt, he's locked up into something. They got to the city with the skateboarding punk champion armor fighter, and Merritt was separated and captured, and Scratch is talking to Merritt. And you can hear Scratch talking about how they're trying to get Merritt out. They'll definitely get Merritt out, and maybe they do need to also rescue this cleric that you didn't think had gone with them when they left. Or when they left, this cleric named Maja Ogda. But, like, apparently she's asleep. Maybe you skipped an episode and you're distracted by that. And then when you turn, instead of Gladys, Sister Superior, and Severe Person, you see long purple hair, skin so dark, though technically still opaque, and skin, but the night sky. And red eyes, and you hear a voice that says that speaks to you in your dream. Good to meet you. Good to meet you, my sweet heretic. As the Night Mother looks you directly into the eyes.
And what an honor, likewise. You ravishing. Has anyone ever told you?
Yes, of course they have. They fear me and wish my favor. You're a sweet, matronly, grand matronly figure, which is why I am irritated that you're here. People of his ilk, and you can see the head nods to one of the many symbols of the Morning Lord. There. Don't usually make it through the veil, and I'm very upset that you're here right now. That isn't the deal that was made, and now I don't know what to do with you.
Well, you simply could just let me live my life, and we'll go two separate ways, and it will be Totally fine. What do you think?
If I let you live your life, I have to let you back into a world where it's been so nice having my own private little island of faith. Not completely, but for the most part. But if I keep you here, then you're here, like an uncomfortable heat lamp in a corner of a room I can't quite turn off. No chance you're willing to denounce your god. Serve me.
Absolutely not, but thank you for asking. I appreciate the out that you've given me here. I will refuse it.
I suppose I wouldn't be as irritated by you if your faith was that loose. I know you're no sword-carrying, oath-taking warrior. You're more of a administrative representative, a public interface. But how do you feel about oaths?
I have a mace, first of all, so I'm more than just administrative. If I was just administrative, would you be so angry that I was here? You could just squash me like a little bug. No, you've got to come meet me face to face, which again, honor, pleased to have it. How do I feel about oaths? I have taken many in my life. Yes, I think I would I put some weight on them.
You're here with the intent to kill Strahd? That's your main reason for being here? Is that what you hope to bring about while you're here?
Can I do a quick little cute insight to see if that's like a positive for her?
You
Or
can,
if-
but it's
or-
going to be insight with disadvantage because it's only reading body language and this is a god.
Okay. It was a 13, dude. Or 14.
If I roll a 4 or higher on either of these two dice, you will get nothing.
Is there any way that Belladonna can give her advantage by, because I'm familiar with the gods of this realm and how tricky and icky they are? Can I whisper in Esther's ear?
So
To be
unfortunately,
cautious?
no, because Esther's just in her mind. If the identity of Esther's mind that was hidden under Spring Bob had let Esther pass the save to the point where Belladonna could perceive, or point where Esther could perceive Belladonna's voice through Spring Bob, which is actually just Esther projecting the concept of Belladonna through the voice of Spring Bob, her subconscious waking her up through the friends in reality. It would have worked.
Fair.
But that being said, I do have to. I'm rolling 2 dice. The first one automatically definitely succeeds, and the second one would have as well. So it didn't matter that there was advantage. You get nothing. You don't know how she feels about that.
Very cautiously, Esther will look and lean in just a little and go, yes. Yes.
All right. I'm no friend of Strahd's. His situation benefits me, but it also is tedious, and he's very tedious. So I have no problem with you killing Strahd. If you're going to weaken me in one respect, I mean you to strengthen me in another. There is a place in the south of Barovia, the valley. It is up against a mountain. It is a temple. You will know it when you get there. As I said, I am mostly the dominant faith here. People remember your god, but also remember that he abandoned them for some reason. I'm going to let you give me another straight insight check on this one. No disadvantage when she says abandon them for some reason.
22.
I'll give you what that means at the end of this. But you do suspect that she might not be telling the whole truth about abandoned them for some reason. Maybe she knows the reason. Maybe he didn't abandon them. But it's not really like Lathander to abandon a people, but it's been known to happen. However, there's a temple there. There's a god there. A god whose name I don't know. A god whose name almost no one knows. There is a man that is a servant of the god. That man holds an object. A MacGuffin, if you're familiar with fictional tropes. I need that MacGuffin. If you give me that MacGuffin or get my hands on that MacGuffin, thus weakening a god that I have less knowledge of, I will let you deliver the hope of light across Barovia while you're on your business to kill Strahd. And then, when he is dead, you will leave.
And weakening the god that she just wants the MacGuffin to weaken the unknown, unnamed
Yes.
god of that temple.
Yeah, and with your 22 insight, she's not being coy about it. You don't know anything about this yourself, but yeah, she describes a temple to the south, up against a mountainside, and says that she wants the worshiper of this unnamed god to who has something that she wants, that she will refer, or that she calls a MacGuffin. It's a giant. It's a giant precious stone. They're always giant precious stones. It's about the size of, say, your head. Get it from him. Get it out of his hands and his control and out of that temple, and bring it to any place that I am worshipped or has my iconography, or just simply go to rest and dream while holding it, and I can take control of it.
Deal. A shake on it.
All right. You are going to roll me a charisma check. I am going to roll an insight check. She is less good at insight than she is... Oh, fuck me. That's a nat 20. Let me know if you get a nat 20 on your charisma. It can be deception, or it can be just a flat charisma check. You could be being honest about this. What have you.
I'll just do straight charisma. No, that's a natural 6. How's a 10?
10 does not do there. Is Esther at least being honest in the moment?
Oh, yeah. This has nothing to do with her or Lathander.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, this weird unnamed person. I mean, maybe when she gets there, we'll see how honest she is. But in this moment, she is actively very truthful about being willing to do this to stay alive.
Esther. And she reaches out and shakes your hand. And as she shakes your hand, the Night Mother just says done, which resonates in your head, and you begin to, in your dream, drift off to sleep into the darkness. When you wake up, Esther, and then we'll jump right back over to Mwezi-Mwezi, Scratch, and Belladonna. You feel movement, and you open your eyes. It's dark, and you're being jostled, and there is you're under a blanket. No, you're tied in a burlap sack. So now we're going to cut back in this moment. That's what Esther wakes up to in the real world. Belladonna, you had a stealth check. Do you recall what it was or what you rolled on it?
Yes, I do. It was a 12.
Okay. With Mwezi-Mwezi getting an @20 and Scratch getting a 23, I feel like that averages out well enough.
Yeah, it sounds exactly about how stealthy Belladonna would be compared to the other two.
The other two.
Trying to sneak, but just poofy hair, jingling bottle. She's just not a sneaky person.
You occasionally catch glimpses of Mother Lucia inside the church through windows or through an open door, but she doesn't seem to leave the church. And there's several hours of the day go by, and it gets to nighttime. And I'm just gonna say that right at about the time that you all are ready to be like, okay, fuck watching to recon, we're just gonna go in, is when you see a door to the back. A door, or not a door, the door that you had the alarm set on it, that you all avoided, with Mother Lucia rolling outward with a hand wagon and a sack full of something in said hand, like a what are they called?
Does it look like
Wheelbarrow.
a sack full of approximately a person-sized
Yeah.
amount of
Yeah,
something?
from the player thing, it definitely does have a sack with a body in it, size to it. From your
Scratch
characters,
is like, I know what that looks like.
from your characters, I think also be like, well, I don't know that's a body, but it's certainly body sized.
I feel like Scratch is probably familiar with what that would look like.
Yeah. You can also see that across the wheelbarrow is a shovel and a shovel, and she also has a large slinged satchel on her on her back, and you can see that Mother Lucia is beginning to wheel out this thing. I'll let you all discuss amongst yourselves. How long do you think it would take any of you to approach Mother Lucia the moment she becomes visible with this situation?
Well, the first thing, upon seeing this and as soon as she clocks what
Yeah.
is probably happening, Scratch would use message twice to make sure that the exact message gets through to both Belladonna and Mwezi-Mwezi. It's like, stay low, let's follow her. If she does anything, we'll move in. So we're gonna try, if you all are down, we'll try following her stealthily to see where she goes and what might be up.
Yeah, I fully super agree. Yeah. I'll send back in the message. Tell me where to go. I will follow.
Stay behind me about 10 to 15 feet.
Yeah, and Belladonna will. If Scratch has a plan, fully gonna follow that plan.
So
No
go
message, just go forward and start moving in a hiding position. It's understood. I'm doing it. We don't need to talk.
So
And
goes-
I think maybe I'll link arms with Mwezi-Mwezi so it just looks like we're walking.
ooh, there you go. Yeah, just tucked, but if you're caught, it just looks like you're walking. You won't be caught, probably. About 5 minutes goes by where she wheels them back to sort of like a corner. I would like Belladonna and Scratch to give me an Arcana check.
Already?
None for you, Mwezi-Mwezi. Actually, Mwezi-Mwezi, you can give me, I'm going to say, a history or religion check because of the nature of your subclass.
So 14
None of those are better.
for Arcana.
18 Arcana.
Seems pretty good.
12.
Okay, the 18 is the only one that passes. Scratch, you don't know you don't know the specifics around it, but you can see a fair amount of magic around the tree that Mother Lucia stopped with this wheelbarrow, and you immediately see her begin to remove instruments from the like bag that was slung over her back, and it doesn't take long for you to put together. And Belladonna, you certainly put this together as well once the instruments are out. Both like all of you can see her doing this from a distance as she's beginning to like draw an outline in powder, not like with chalk, but like sprinkling powder around like one would sprinkle salts to deal with spirits. And she has various ingredients. This is a ritual, but with Scratch, what you know about this tree that you can see here, you don't recognize like the like you don't know enough about the magic, but you do recognize that it is extremely divine magic that is running through this tree. It's very godly. It's very in the stem. Not dissimilar than the St. Andrew's Church, though not completely in the same kind of vibration.
Okay. Does it come off more like the ritual is probably something she's trying to do to help Esther, or does it seem like a different...
With only an 18 as the highest roll, there's no way for you to know that. But divine magic is usually not necessarily the most aggressive of things. It can be. Okay.
So, Scratch just, whispers to the back, to the others. It's like, it looks like divine magic. Let's wait and watch, but be ready to move.
Belladonna would definitely send back healing magic. Takes a very long time.
Yeah.
They might not be trying to hurt her.
I'm thinking.
But let us know if we need to take her for other reasons.
Oh, yeah. Will do.
Okay. I'm going to give you a couple beats, and then we're going to... a couple beats of next actions, and then that's when we'll cut back to Esther. Because it'll kind of define when Esther wakes up inside this burlap sack. How good would it be if I put Esther in a burlap sack back in the cathedral? Unrelated to Esther.
I was thinking about that.
Right. And Belladonna is also kind of imagining, I don't know why, just Scratch somehow just carrying her out. Not possible, because Scratch is 3 feet tall and a cat.
But so beat number 1. She finishes what appears to be a pretty significant... There's some lit candles. She's fully encircled an area at the base of this tree between two branching roots that clearly are big, old, and dive deep into the ground. And the circle she's made is roughly about burial plot size, and everything. And so she finishes that. That takes about 10-15 minutes. In that time period, do any of you interrupt her before the next beat of action that she's going to do?
I am eager to do so, but it will be easily stopped by either Belladonna or Scratch if just look. But I want to just rush in now and just do it. But I understand that that's why the sisters are doing the thinking.
Mm-hmm.
You're like a coiled spring.
Yep.
All right. After that, she picks up the shovel and she starts digging a hole that very much looks like a grave. It doesn't take you long to see what looks like a grave plot in the center of this, ovular circle she's put in there and everything. And she's just sort of calmly digging the grave at this time. While she is digging or at completion, do any of you decide to interrupt her?
I think
Okay,
As-
so for clarification, we're out here just watching her dig a grave.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I think at the 5-minute point, Belladonna might take a look to both sides, and if it's clear if we're the only ones out here,
As far as you can
I
tell.
might just kick her in. just
Well,
just put my little foot on her
Okay.
booty and just
As
kick
soon
her in.
as soon.
Hold on.
I might
hold on.
do something before that. Oh.
So that's Belladonna's intent. Aaron, you were
Okay.
like, well.
I am not fast. People have an opportunity
Yeah.
to stop me.
Yeah.
Belladonna is not nimble. And it's on my face for a long time. I fully accept people fully have time to stop me. It's easy to tell I'm about to try to kick her into the
Okay.
hole.
Scratch.
As soon as
go ahead, Mwezi-Mwezi.
Okay.
as soon as the gears turn that it's a grave, because first oh well, magic users dig things as part of the spell, but not like a whole bot. But as soon as he clocks that as a grave, he begins whining, and to them should we keep waiting?
Right, well, so long before either of those things happen, as soon as she grabs the shovel and starts digging anything, Scratch motions to the others quietly, silently, to move forward, but to in a way it's follow me, and she leads them to slowly creep up. When we get to about where the burlap sack is, Scratch wants to just kind of quietly confirm that it's Esther in there. Do I have to roll anything for that?
You don't have to roll anything for that.
Okay.
You would want to roll stealth.
Okay. For the creeping up.
For the creeping up.
Well, not necessarily creeping, more like casually sauntering. Earlier it would have been creeping, but at this point, Scratch is feeling...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then, but I mean, still give me a stealth check just to see if she
Yeah.
notices you on her passive.
Okay. 12.
So you get all the way to the sack, and and you're able to peek in while she's digging.
Mhm.
And Mother Lucia goes, doesn't slow her digging stride, doesn't turn to look back at you.
Mhm.
You're such busybodies. All of you are such busybodies with this. Jesus. I figured you'd hang out. I figured you wouldn't go. You could at least help me dig.
Why do
What are
we
you
have?
doing? What are you doing with our friend? What's this about?
I need to bury her so that I can do a ritual of revival on a live person, and the tree will push her into consciousness.
Super bad answer. Can this be the part where I kick her in the hole? Because that's a bad answer.
I mean, yeah, go for it.
Yeah, if
The
Scratch
kick her
doesn't
in the
stop
hole
you,
was prepped.
Yeah.
Unless someone stops
give me a
that's
regular-
a terrible answer. I'm gonna kick her in the hole.
I-
We're just gonna murder Esther so that a tree might be cool.
give her a kick. Give her a good kick. That's gonna
Pretty
be.
sure she said Esther would still be alive.
Mhm. She did, but if Belladonna doesn't hear
she
that,
said
that's
it in
fine.
a weird way.
Yeah. Belladonna has every reason not to trust that. Also, this is
She'll
not to
still
mention.
be alive, buried under the tree. Maybe I don't trust to put our friend who's in a burlap sack in a hole, and maybe it'll be fine. Bad plan. Yeah.
Give me a unarmed strike with advantage.
I'm trying to do that, but I have to go through my character sheet to find where unarmed strike is.
Should be under attack.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go to.
Yes. Unarmed. There we go. 10. Not good.
Okay. I'm going to treat this like a shove attack. Did you roll it with advantage, by the way?
I didn't. One more
Or-
time
yeah.
for advantage. 15.
That's better.
It is.
all right.
By
15, because she is not currently, she's just in her vestments and everything, so she does not have a bunch of armor, is successful. And you kick shove her, knocking her prone into the grave, which isn't super deep at this point, but is like a foot down, couple feet down, and everything, because you interrupted her while she was beginning on the process and everything. In the moment that she lands in the grave, Esther, you wake up in a burlap sack. You had been set down and you can hear digging. And then suddenly you hear voices. What is your first conscious reaction to burlap sack time?
Oh, I'm playing dead for sure. I absolutely just disrespected a god. I might be getting buried alive. We're just gonna see where this takes me.
So you now cleanly hear the voice of Scratch as Scratch approaches this wagon. And then you hear someone stumble into the grave. Do you still play dead?
No, now I'm fully out of there.
Esther sits stone straight up, Undertaker 90s wrestling style, just like right at the crease of the abdomen. No curl, no nothing, just pop. Horrifying, because Scratch, when you knew Esther wasn't dead, but that is very much how a corpse sits up on a table. And because Scratch looked in there, it's very easy for you to remove the top of the burlap sack that you are currently stuffed in, Esther, and reveal it as this is there. I'm gonna need. You don't need Owlbear for this because I don't have this map. I don't have this mapped up set up. It is the four of you. And I'm gonna need you all to roll initiative for me, please.
Okay. As we're rolling initiative, just as soon as soon as that sequence happens, Lucia gets sparted into the grave, and then immediately Esther sits up. Scratch is like, "It's a miracle! It worked!"
Okay, so Belladonna rolled a nat 1 on initiative, and I imagine that's because she's just kicking dirt into the hole and screaming, like, "How do you like it? You want to be buried alive?" Completely not paying attention to anything else.
Okay. What about Mwezi-Mwezi?
Got a nat 20 for 22.
Okay.
And honestly, the thing I want to do as soon as I recognize Esther is up, I want to immediately go over and pick her up out of the wheelbarrow in a hug and just go, "Sister Esther, we were so worried. I'm so good you're still here."
This
What
is
about
great. You should probably be more worried right now.
what about Scratch and Esther? What did you both get for initiative? 5 for Scratch.
15.
Perfect. So Mwezi-Mwezi, you go to Sister Esther to pick her up. Do you do anything else? You have plenty. You're like 10 feet away. You have plenty of movement in this brief period of time.
I mean,
I'm going to call
I'm gonna
Esther your object interaction.
I am going to go ahead and enter rage. So as soon as Esther says, you should I forget exactly what she just said, be more worried, just very clearly, like just immediate quiet comes over, and they look over just towards the grave and start readying their weapons. Because I don't, I still want to believe that we don't need to fight, but I'm ready for it.
Okay. And then Esther, you've been picked up. The burlap sack is no longer restricting you in any way, and you are standing. Is there anything you want to do before we get to Scratch's turn? Then it will be Mother Lucia's. Then we will return to Belladonna. If there's a divided action after kicking dirt, depending on what Lucia does and what y'all do.
I will simply cast Bless on the other 3 of my party members.
Just immediate blessings.
That's it.
I would like, because you're a wisdom-based caster, I would like the 3 other party members to please roll me a wisdom save.
All right.
Oh, wait a second.
I have a +4 on wisdom saves, and I got a solid 9.
9, okay.
11?
11, and then what did Scratch get?
9. Also.
Beautiful, you all failed. Bless happens
We're
like
all
Bless.
we're all very distracted right now.
Yeah, that's fair. Bless works exactly as Bless is supposed to work. This is purely roleplay. There is wherever your character currently is at, there is like a 10% increase, if you will, of not so much. Your brains don't hear it consciously. And it sort of aligns with you should kill Mother Lucia. But it's not kill. It's more like you should put Mother Lucia to sleep forever.
So
it's adjacent to killing, but not quite killing as an urge.
So I was looking up because I wasn't sure. I do have Guarded Mind, so I'm going to go ahead and use Guarded Mind because I failed the Wisdom saving throw
Oh, there you go.
to
Yeah.
succeed instead. And you take that as far as how
Well,
it goes.
give me a religion check with advantage then. I know it's Mwezi-Mwezi is not necessarily the strongest person to make this check.
No,
but
but that is another nat 20.
Mwezi-Mwezi, you're not familiar with this energy, but you know what Esther's magic feels like. It feels like light. It feels like warmth. It feels like arguably justice and righteousness. Not self-righteousness, but like true righteousness. It feels like both the power and the strength of being wrapped in confidence on a sunny day. And yet, there's a piece of it that to you, with a nat 20 religion, feels like a tinge of you're mine and you shouldn't stand in my way. If that phrase, it doesn't hit in your head as language, but it feels like almost more selfish and offended. But only a little bit. But you can distinctly feel that, and maybe that's Esther's anger. Maybe that's something about what's going on here. Maybe that's something about the consecrated ground. You're not trained enough in magic or faith, or the faith of these people, or Esther's faith to know. But there's a little bit of that, Mwezi-Mwezi.
I'm trying. So yeah, I'm making the decision now that this is something he's never noticed before. But not something that he necessarily trusts his intuition to follow up on. Just keep and plus right now we have to fight. So they are going to file that away for later, and probably check in with Esther about it after this.
Scratch. Esther, is that everything you do on your turn? I know we interrupted the bless for a saving throw checky thing. Anything else?
Nah, that's it.
Yeah. All right, Scratch. What do you do in this moment?
Scratch is going to. All right. Well, first of all, does it look like Belladonna is going to be like going in for lethal attacks or anything?
Yes.
Okay.
Belladonna looks like she's about to kill this bitch. Yes.
Okay. And then can I see Lucia where she is?
She is basically 5 to 10 feet in front of you. 5 feet in front of you. She's adjacent to you in the kind of partially dug grave that she had started digging on her ass.
How deep? Okay,
1 to 2
she's
feet.
prone.
Yeah, she's prone.
Okay, 1 to 2. Okay, so it's barely anything.
Yeah, because you jumped in when she started digging, so she didn't get very far in her digging process. I'm giving her a lot of credit on how fast she could dig a gravesite. It takes considerably longer than 30 seconds to a minute to dig up 2 feet of grave, but it's more fun if there's like a little bit of grave
magic.
Yeah, if there's a bit of a grave divot there. So yeah, but she's prone. She's next to you. She's on her ass.
All right. Scratch is going to step between Belladonna and Lucia and basically put her hands up and say, "Enough." And that's her turn.
No roll necessary for that for Mother Lucia, at least, who's next on the docket. Spitting dirt that Belladonna is currently kicking or has been kicking at her.
Yeah, no, kicking.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yes, please, enough. I do not want this. I'm not trying. I wasn't. I know it looks bad. I'm not trying to hurt your friend. I'm glad that she's up. Jesus, God. Stop.
Who's Jesus?
He's a guy I used to date. Everyone knows a Jesus.
Long hair, washboard abs.
Yeah, dark long hair, dark brown skin,
White, for sure.
No. My Jesus was not considered Caucasian. Excellently defined cum gutters, just perfect man. Such an asshole though. Always on his high horse or high post.
A perfect man. What an asshole.
Physically perfect, but nonetheless, please stop kicking dirt into my face. I know this looks bad.
Yep.
And so that is the end of Madame Lucia's turn, or Mother Lucia's turn. It is now to wrap the round. Belladonna's turn. Does Belladonna stop or not?
Okay, and just to double check, clarify, last thing is Scratch stood in front of me and put her hands up like this, like, right?
More like
correct?
sort of side to side and like that.
Because the thought was that Belladonna would lock fingers, just hold hands with Scratch.
You could do that with one hand.
Just like put your hands up and hold hands and like grab it pretty firmly.
You grab one and then Scratch brings the other one around.
2 hands.
You are so kind. Not always, but you can be so kind. This is not the time to be kind. I do not know that if we let her go, you will be able, any of us will be able to bear the weight of the blood that she might spill if we
Not looking to spill any blood.
You are going to bury us alive!
To put the resurrection ritual into a conscious alive, or to an alive being, which should purge it
Taking
of...
more dirt into the hole.
All right. Lucia doesn't move. She has her hands up, but she's still prone on the ground, covering her mouth and eyes as dirt keeps getting kicked into her
We
face.
do not have a lot of opportunities to stop enemies who have their hands up.
Okay, are we still in initiative or
No, we're out of initiative because
okay.
I think you can now all talk and decide things.
Okay. I don't even know. Like, there's so many things to respond to. I guess that's what Scratch's response is. But yeah. So, what was the last thing you said? Sorry.
Something very pretentious, I'm sure, about bearing the weight of blood.
Yeah,
Right,
the last thing Belladonna said is bearing the weight of blood.
You cannot bear the weight of blood of letting her go. Yeah, we can't.
Yeah. So
the gist is that we can't let her go because she's going to do bad stuff.
I'm not being kind. I'm not being kind. I'm being practical. All right? Just...
Well, then I am listening, but what practical purpose?
We have Esther back. We have Esther back. She's not fighting us right now. She doesn't want to fight. There's no reason for us to get into a fight, no matter.
She wants to fight. She is in the hole that she dug to bury our friend.
And
she wants to fight.
Yeah.
We won this moment here, but she... You're right. Let us...
We've got Esther
hope
back.
that this does not come back. You are right.
Let's just... Scratch turns around to Mother Lucia. Sorry about the kick. If you want to... yeah. But we've got our friend back, and thank you very much for your help. I think we're just going to leave now. Thank you.
Belladonna's gonna lean close to the hole. Perhaps next time you try to help people, try to help them instead of your circumstance. And just gonna take that small last word and stomp away instead of killing her. Because Scratch asked me not to.
Good night, Mother. Thank you for the care you have given our friend. And then, just leaves.
The care she gave our friend.
I'm
Put her
glad.
in a burlap sack.
Settle down.
I'm glad
Settle
she's
down.
back. Ah, Jesus. She starts dusting. She hasn't stood up yet. She's just dusting. Glad to have her. I'm glad. I'm glad Esther is fine. Thank you so much for Esther being fine. You have good day.
Actually, is there a different...
I'm sorry. Is that Mother Lucia being sarcastic and bitchy about letting us leave?
Yep.
Yeah. At that, Scratch holds up a finger and turns around and is like, actually, we do have another question. And she kind of...
I'm going to cast Infestation. She's covered in bees.
Go on. Go with your question while she's covered in bees.
So, okay, does that actually happen?
I mean, it happens, but I'm not. I'm letting
it does
talk.
take time.
Yeah.
I'm starting. It gives you definitely time to ask your question before bees happen.
We'll play it plot wise. So yeah, ask questions, Scratch.
So Scratch it's like, oh, actually turns around and puts her hand on her just puts a casual but meaningful hand on the hilt of her or not the hilt, the guard or whatever, her crossbow at her hip. Mm-hmm. Crossbow which she never uses, by the way. She only uses it for threats. And she's just like, so our friend Irina, what do you got her studying the bones of Saint Andral for?
Fuck me.
That's not on the table.
No, it's an expression. You're not my
I'm
type.
gonna slap her for her.
You're not my type. He's my type. Pointing to Mwezi-Mwezi. The rest of you. Can I at least get out of the hole? Like, I'll sit, hands up.
Yes.
But can I not be in the
like
hole?
I help her
After
out of the
you
hole.
answer the questions,
not-
you may get out of hole. See, you put us in hole by not answering questions in first place. So, frankly, it is very nice you're only in hole. So you answer every question we have, and then maybe we let you out of hole.
You're not gonna like this, but I would like a
We're
moment to explain.
Regardless, I help her out.
You may have as many
No,
moments
she doesn't
to
even grab your
explain
hand.
as
She
you
doesn't-
like.
She doesn't want trouble, so when you go to help, she just waves your hand off. She's like, "I'm not going to fuck around with this
But
situation."
you
Um,
need to like decompress in the hole
yeah, okay,
to get
okay.
perspective to tell me the things I need to know.
All right. I will do the whole. And she's looking at Scratch specifically when she gives her answers, because Scratch seems to be the one that's like, Mwezi-Mwezi is helpful, but it really does seem like it's like, well, Belladonna is going to hurt her, or maybe she won't be hurt. But she's like, I'm gonna explain, but I need you to know when I do explain that you're not gonna like when I first say things, but let me explain what I am saying before reacting, please.
Yes, you. As long as
Have
I
the-
believe that you are truthful, it does not matter if I don't like what you say. I assume I am not going to like what you're going to tell me.
You have the
It
floor.
only matters you're honest.
Just cue us when you are done, so we
Okay.
know when to react.
Okay. She keeps her hands up still.
You can lower your hands.
I
Some spells start up here anyway.
asked through. And she lowers her hands. I really was just trying to help your friend Esther. Irina is a little bit different, but I am not trying to hurt Irina. Not immediately, at least. And not, hopefully, at all.
Getting worse.
Irina is a unique person in the way that she has a unique spark to her. That spark can be influenced by grand magical theological energy. And then she moves her gaze over to Esther. I assume you know what happens when there are a lot of powerful magical iconography or artifacts around, correct?
Mhm.
Okay. Irina, I do not know exactly why, though I have theories, has this spark. The bones of Saint Andral himself are what protect these grounds from all of it. It is the island of those bones that creates the security that we all feel here. The bones are losing their power slowly, and I am trying to resolve that. But if I cannot resolve that, the only way to maintain that power is to have a person, not necessarily bones, although they, I guess, have their bones inside of them, but a person with the bones inside of them that also has this power. And by leaving Arena contained, there is an inheritance or a reception of said power that seems to be happening. So I need her in there.
Does she know? Does she know?
No, she does not know that I am going to try and turn her into a protective ward for the temple. She does not seem the type to really want to do that.
Does she know?
Well, she's about
I've
to.
only known
so close.
Arena for a short time, but she has done everything for others. And she is smart enough to understand the circumstance she is in. She is very pragmatic, and she has made really wise choices despite her circumstances, which I think you know. She has been besotted by the Devil Strahd himself, and she has overcome that. I think, if nothing else in the world, she deserves to know what you are trying to do, because I believe that she would want to do it. But you shouldn't do it without her knowledge. That means you know better than Strahd himself manipulating her for his own means.
She pauses for a bit and then looks at all of you. I agree that she might agree to stay.
And would you want her to stay if she didn't want to?
I mean, yes, she doesn't have a choice. I need to keep the consecrated ground going. It's the only consecrated ground, as far as I'm aware of, or anyone is aware of, in Barovia. So what you are asking...
And what is consecrated ground when it is only sacred because you have someone there against their own will? Is that sacred at all? Or is
Sacred,
that
no.
just unconsecrated?
Sacred,
In
no,
the
but...
same way. So you're doing the same thing. How do you call yourself better? How is this better?
I didn't say that I was better. I said that I'm trying to protect the ground. You're basically... I was admittedly being
I'm gonna start
cowardly.
kicking dirt back in.
I was being cowardly.
She doesn't care. It's just...
I was being cowardly. I was being cowardly because I did not like the idea that if I told her and then I told her that she didn't have a choice, that then I would have to carry that in a very conscious, we've spoken everything out loud. And so I didn't want to confront that part about myself. So I thought it easier for me to just lock her up. But I'm still her jailer, and I do not pretend that that is not what is happening. But otherwise... if the bones weaken enough and she chooses not to go, or she chooses to try and leave, and I try to lock her in there, and then she kills me.
How can you call it a choice if you
It's not. You're calling it a choice. She would choose her
choice. You just said she has the choice.
No, I didn't say she has the choice.
You...
I said she could choose to try and leave, or she could choose to leave, but then I would stop her. She doesn't have the choice. She can make a choice.
While this exchange is happening, Scratch is going to quietly excuse herself and like kind of go back to the church.
She doesn't notice. She does not notice. Well, Belladonna is running there. Esther, how do you feel about all this? You're just chilling there with a person that, in theory, might have been trying to help you, but is keeping Arena, who you've just recently been reminded is around and apparently not okay.
Did anybody check to see if I was actually dead before they're about to bury me in the ground?
You weren't dead. That's the point, is that you weren't dead. And then I would bury you, and then I would cast the thing, and then the thing would resurrect you, and when it's cast upon a living body, it doesn't do the resurrection magic because you're already alive, but it does purge you of the illnesses that would have caused your death, because if that doesn't happen during resurrection, then the person resurrected just dies. So it purges you of that, and that was what I was trying to do. In case this thing was any kind of bad thing that would eventually waste you away or kill you, this would have purged it. Then I would have scraped the dirt off of you. You would have been fine and healthy. I would have done it all within the minute period of time, which you wouldn't have died during. But I got interrupted, which I understand how it looks.
Otherwise, they would have just told us that, if that was all.
But they interrupted me while I was digging the grave because they're very nosy when I was offering to help you.
See, and now here you're calling it a grave once more. Which...
Oh, I'm sorry. It has to be a grave because the resurrection requires you to be buried in the grave. I know, it's very spooky, but it's very on
calling
brand.
it a grave.
It's on brand.
Got you.
Okay. This has all been just a time. Okay, so what I'm understanding is that I was unconscious, and now I am here. And this Irina, our friend, she is locked away somewhere to become a battery for this place. Just set her free. Isn't there some other way to consecrate this place? This just simply cannot be the only answer.
I do not know how to consecrate the place without holy bones. Holy bones weakening. Holy bones seem to transfer to her. She has holy bones. She doesn't even need to die. She can live her life out, but she cannot leave the grounds of the church.
How holy do these bones need to be?
Her?
I don't know why her. She just has that, like, a spark to her. It happened when she first came, and we showed her, like, she came, she was telling me her story, and I was showing her around. And because I wanted to let her know that she could be at peace, because, you know, like, I knew...
Did you, like, scan her for magical artifacts? Is it just like she has,
when
like,
she went down where the bones were,
that makes her special? Or is it Irina herself?
When she went down to where the bones were, I felt her immediately. I felt the energy of the bones, which I'm very familiar with since I maintained the bones.
Yes. You know the bones. We know you're our bones.
And so it moved toward her. So I began to realize in that moment. So I didn't intend to, like, right when she got there. It was a moment to make a choice, or at least a few hours. It's not like she got there and then immediately left.
How holy do these bones have to be?
Pretty holy. Saint Andral invented a divine church with no god. That's pretty holy shit.
And you maintain
what
the
makes
only
them
holy sanctuary in Barovia. That seems pretty holy to me. And you have bones in your body.
Doesn't work for me. If it did, I'd gladly take it. I'm not going anywhere. I'm the mother of the church.
Can we help? At least right now with this prayer? Would other hands and voices help Irina?
I could. I don't know. Have any of you done anything to the degree of inventing a divinity that did not exist before?
No, but I love with all my heart, and is that not what faith is?
No, it is not what faith is.
Oh, okay. Well, then fuck you. I'm gonna keep kicking dirt at you.
I am.
Yeah, how's Mwezi-Mwezi doing?
I would, any way that we can help you, I would like to help you. But
give me your friend.
Not let,
not that. Out the hole.
I'm not helping her out. Not that. It is her choice.
It is big throbbing metaphor for thing you have already done. You are in hole because you put yourself in hole. literally.
That's
Oh, that's a funny thing.
so while that discussion is going, Scratch, you slinked off toward the church. What are you up to, Scratch?
All right, so Scratch, she slinks away from the group, and as soon as she's like, she figures, she's far enough away, she just starts like booking it. First thing she does is, as she approaches the church, and she's like on the outside, the backside, she does like a quick message, and it's just like, I'm coming to get you. And then I don't remember exactly enough of the explanation of what they're using her for, but like, something about bones and using you for that.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I'm coming. And she's gonna go back around to the window that they broke earlier. Is it still broken and open? Awesome. No, like plastic and duct tape.
Nope.
All right. So she jumps back in. Do I have to do?
No, I'm not gonna make you roll for that.
All right. Jumps back in, rushes to the end of the hallway, and like kind of stops like about 10, 15 feet away, and like just shouts. Hold on, let me pull up my guesses. The riddle guesses.
And if you all want to, I know you were discussing in chat. If you all want to discuss the riddle answer, and obviously I'm not going to deny above table Sunfye to participate in this, but in lore canon, you were all hiding stealthily, monitoring the church for hours to talk about what these riddles might be and everything. Canonically, you've had plenty of time. So above table.
Yeah. All right. So the first one is the apiarist knows me for my honey, but they do not know my orthology. To think a bumbler like me could write a type of competition, what would you call me? My guess for that is B. Does anyone have any thoughts?
No better guess.
I mean, I have lots of thoughts, but B seems appropriate, and there might be a different answer based on that's clearly a me backstory fucking riddle.
Right? Yeah.
Like probably B.
Unless it's more specific and it's a spelling bee.
But that's exactly why, because I think like there's the implication of orthology to think a bumbler like me could write a type of competition.
Well,
that's the hint to like B, and like the word. It's just the word B.
But is it just one word, or is it an answer to a riddle?
We'll find out.
Spelling bee is really good because again,
I like spelling bee.
Bees and also writing.
No, all three of these riddles I feel like they feel like specific to us. So like, there's the bee thing. That's why I was leaning more towards B than spelling bee, but we'll see. The second one is those that love to tinker are drawn to me. Those that love to build keep me on hand. Those that love to dream will scrawl me out. What am I called if not a plan? My thought was design. I don't know. This one was tough.
Say it one more time.
Those that love to tinker are drawn to me. Those that love to build keep me on hand. Those that love to dream will scrawl me out. What am I called if not a plan?
How would Scratch most likely refer to it? Because that feels very Scratch thing. Because I didn't think about. Like, I just assumed they weren't related to us, but we do know now they're related to us. So each one seems to be, if the first one is Belladonna, then we have Scratch, and then we have Mwezi-Mwezi.
Yeah, so
and that's like a blueprint or a plot, or it's just a different word for a plan. Because it's describing a plan. Mm-hmm. And if not a plan, what do you call? And it has to be a little pun.
Right,
based on the riddle. And plot seems like a pun because it's giving blueprint energy, but
I was split 50-50 on design versus plot, because like blueprint was also the first place my mind went, except for the dream.
But that's the obvious thing, right?
Right,
blueprint is the
but then the dreamer scrawling out something, they're not going to scrawl out a blueprint, so I'm gonna go with plot.
And yeah, plot. That's why I like plot is very vague, but also very concrete.
Yeah. Okay. And
at
then
times,
all right, so
but,
B
know.
plot.
B and again, spelling bee isn't bad.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Background,
try.
we're not gonna even get into. Spelling
Yeah.
bee is better than just bee. That makes more sense.
And then for the Scratch is gonna go with B though, because Scratch doesn't know what a spelling bee is. They didn't have those in the fold.
They don't.
The third one is when I speak, it is harshly. What I sometimes whine and wonder. I don't see like a cat, and it's spelled out like the letter C, like a cat, but I'm close at the start. And while we don't share the lives, we do share the number. That last line really fucking threw me. I
Don't share the lives, we do share the number.
And see, like my
that mean?
my overthinking idea is I, because I is the ninth letter of the alphabet. Because like cats have 9 lives, I. Although and this could work if we assume this is aimed at Mwezi-Mwezi, and it's like I am the answer to the riddle.
I like that.
So that's my thought on it. But like you can decide whether or not Scratch agrees with that.
If that's not the answer, that should be the answer. It's fair.
Right. Because yeah, like I never thought about that until
Mwezi-Mwezi would never be able to suggest that answer to you, unfortunately.
Mwezi understands that answer in his heart and has the wholeness of spirit of understanding the answer, could never articulate it to anyone.
In fact, like he might just say me instead of I.
Yeah. The only issue with that one is that the only issue that I've come up with for literally every other. Oh wait, no, 9th letter of the alphabet. That's right. That one actually like fits better than that. Like, because what I came up with was I just threw my hands up. Eventually, it was like dog. Dogs speak harshly. They whine and wonder. Close at the start, whatever. But I just don't know what the number means.
And that's the thing. I'm combining those.
Yeah.
And with the thing, because I have the
go
thing.
with I.
Yeah. I have
Okay.
the theory that Steve, his mother, has bamboozled us.
Yeah.
And really, the catch is we're gonna say answers, and if they like it, then they'll give us the.
That would
give
be
us
normally what I
want.
do. That would
Not
normally be
possible.
very
Mommy
much. That
would
is,
of the
never
module?
trick us.
no, this is not even kind of part of the module.
Okay. All right.
But that
So-
would very much normally be what I do. But I do have answers in mind, or rough answers in mind.
Oh,
Okay. So we're going with B,
Mhm.
plot, and I. B plot. Okay. So that's what. So that was the flashback discussion as we
Yeah.
were hiding and passing
And then-
the time. All right. So Scratch runs up and goes B plot I,
All right.
and then prepares to dodge.
No roll necessary.
Mhm.
When you say B, you feel like that is correct. Like you magically feel like that's correct. Like you feel like you're almost like you're picking a lock, and you feel like a tumbler got into place. When you say plot, you feel like that is correct, and the second tumbler is unlocked. When you get to I, you feel like it's not so much that I isn't correct, but something about I and the 9th letter of the alphabet, like it feels like you're in. It's not so much that the word itself is close, but like the concepts of how you got there are pretty close.
That like scratched the lock, didn't set the tumbler, but he could feel it.
Yeah.
We're on the right track.
Yeah, and so
So Scratch goes
Oh.
dog.
dog feels almost equally as
Stronger.
close
Oh, okay.
as I.
Good boy. And I'll pet the lock too. We'll see if that does anything.
No,
I'll like you're a good lock, good boy.
Good boy feels further away.
Okay.
And based off your discussions,
Mhm.
you would know with this sense of feeling, Scratch, and just with the discussions, you would know that you are honoring the lines of this riddle by acknowledging something that relates to dogs, something that relates to the number of lives that a cat has, but you still haven't quite gotten that third, I think it's the third line or the second line about C.
Yeah.
Can I hear the last part of the riddle again? Just
Yeah, the
I
last
don't
two bars.
I'm
see-
so sorry.
I don't see like a cat, but I'm close at the start. And while we don't share the lives, we do share the number.
So how about
I don't
Lake?
see. Okay, let's look at. I don't see like a cat. What's
Letter
like
C.
a cat but doesn't see like a. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's very much the letter
Let me
C
see.
is by itself.
So to explain, like that's the thing. The C doesn't work in the theory why I said leg, because I'm saying, oh, what do cats and dogs both have? 4 legs, but and a tail for and others, but
A 9-tailed fox?
that's like a number that they have a thing that
I don't
we would
know.
consider a number.
Yeah.
But C.
I'm not
With
going
the
to let
pun,
this go
obviously.
forever. I'm just going to let you all kind of work on it. And then
Okay.
eventually I'm
Yeah.
going to say, do you want like a hint or anything like that? I'm not going to make you figure this out and stall the campaign for multiple sessions
Yeah.
because you can't.
Because you're a good K mommy, and
Yeah.
you know, after like 5 minutes of floundering, that's the time to fucking tell
You all
people
are
the
definitely
riddle.
in the ballpark with the guess of dog and with the guess of I.
9 dogs.
Canine.
Canine. Yeah.
When you
Is
say
it canine?
canine,
Holy.
because it starts with the
Belladonna
letter C,
screams
but isn't
canine.
quite. You share the same number of not lives. This one I knew was like, I'd written it 3 different
Okay.
ways, and every time it like queued up K as
Is
a
that
super
literally
obvious
the
thing. It's
answer?
canine.
Yep.
It's canine.
The C like a cat, but close at the start makes sense now. 'cause
Yeah,
it's
I was
K.
like,
Because
oh
it's
my
like
God.
care.
yeah, it's a K noise.
We share something, but it's not the number of lives.
It's the
But
number
it is
itself.
9.
But it's spelled the word K9, and it's me basically being a little bit of a dick because I said spelling B for the first one.
Yeah.
B unlocked it.
But when
Plot.
you said
Oh, go on.
when you said didn't see like a cat, the problem is that English is such a mongrel language that I'm like, oh, well, it must be, the soft C, like circus.
Yeah. I was also thinking about that.
Yeah, I
Sorry,
kept
sorry.
playing with things, but we got there. But you eventually got it. You got to K9. And so, as a group, so when K9 is uttered, the statues, go fully inert, and you can feel that they're inert, like a trap has been released, and the doors open up, and Scratch, you see Arena run out immediately at you as if she was going to kill you, then recognize that it's you and be like, oh, thank
Belladonna
God.
will not hesitate to run at her also and
think-
hug her.
I think we're all back
She won't.
with Mother Lucia, though, I thought.
Yeah, this is where you're having that moral ethics conversation with Mother Lucia. Mother
Oh.
Lucia.
Lucia.
And so Scratch is the only one. Scratch was able to sneak off because Mother Lucia is afraid for her life. So the other 3 are
Once Scratch realized that they were going to have a conversation, Scratch was like, well, I'm going to go get, like, now that we know what's going on with that, I'm going to go get her. So,
and Arena
That makes sense.
with her equipment, like fully equipped, full armor, full saber at her side, and everything, just looks at Scratch and goes, "So do I get to kill this woman now? Or have you already done it?"
Scratch holds up a hand and is like, not yet. Maybe we'll get to eventually, but just not right now. It's very complicated, but you're safe, and that's what matters right now. The others are talking with Lucia. You want to come to have some words with us?
I want to kick dirt in her face.
You are in luck. And so she's like,
Crazy. It turns out we've got a kicking dirt in her face station set up.
And
so
with
she
that,
like kind of jogs out with jogs back with Irina.
With this, with Scratch and Arena returning to the conversation, Lucia in the partially dug grave, getting dirt, ethically bantering or bantering, not ethically, but bantering about ethics with and morals with Belladonna, Mwezi-Mwezi just sort of like primed to respond to whatever way the wind blows, and Esther being baffled and confused. We will leave off with Esther. Esther, when you cast that bless spell, your magic has worked normally since you've been here. When you cast it, you felt a little different about it. Like something was trailing along with it. See, you're a servant of Lathander, and as aloof as that as you might be, you're also deeply aware that that is 100% where your magic comes from, and that Lathander is 100% like a real god that really does things, and has provable, trackable, historically recorded outside of the concept of faith reasons to maybe be in service to help strengthen Lathander. But man, that bless, it felt a little underhanded. It felt like, honestly, every time you've done something, even aggressively in Lathander's name, it's always felt reserved, removed. But you know what? You weren't attacking this mother, which is fine. It's good. You wouldn't anyway. There are better people to hurt her. But you weren't going to help your friends hurt her. She kind of deserves it. Honestly, maybe she could go with a really long nap. See how she likes talking with someone like the mother for a while. And you feel that as you cast that magic, that desire in you. And with that, in this scene, because it's almost 10:30 Pacific time, we will wrap this session with you having successfully done the puzzle, successfully gotten Irina out of this church, out of St. Andrew's, and we'll find out the fate of Mother Lucia and what the consequences to all of this will be, and what an oath to there. Next time, Esther, you will look for something called, you will look for something that will be new onto your character sheet that is a specific spell that you do not currently have, but will have next session, because you made an agreement with the Night Mother. And even though you're not a paladin, agreements have consequences, especially since you meant it in the moment. But until then, wonderful work, team. You rescued both of your allies out of maybe dire situation, and definitely dire, if not maybe long-term dire, 50 years or so, when Irina might have died of natural causes or something like that situation. But until then, to wrap up quickly, at Triple Aaron here are on the YouTubes, at Sunfire D&D on TikTok, at Chimerror on Black Sky and one other site whose name I can't remember.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
And at Dying of Exposure everywhere on the internet. Betty Buzzsaw, where can people find you?
Under your paving stones, licking bugs.
Licking bugs. Delicious. We have seen it happen. All of us, canonically.
It's a high source of protein.
Mhm.
I need that.
And we will see you next time on Curse of Strahd, where we find out some things unpacked on this session. We'll find out what the consequences will be next session. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.